to consider applications to the Zoning Board of Appeals, Housing Board of Appeals, the Construction Board of Appeals, and for accommodations of persons with disabilities. The board must interpret each application as it relates to city ordinance. This board is not empowered to rezone or take any action that could be considered rezoning. The agenda and copies are available in the back. I'm sure everybody has one by now. And the application, we have one, so you'll be first and last. The presence of 4 board members is required for a quorum, and we have 5 tonight, so we should be in good shape there. When the application is called, we ask you to come to the microphone, state your name and address, and we will hear the applicant first, and then anyone supporting the application, followed by anybody opposing it. After the public hearing is closed, there will be no other opportunity for further public comment related to the application. Decisions of the board are final and are effective the day of such decision. However, applicants may appeal the decisions to the circuit court in accordance with state law. If you elect not to stay for our deliberation and decision, you may call the Community and Neighborhood Service Department after 8:30 tomorrow morning to learn the results. Meetings are streamed online, live, and recorded, and available to view on the city YouTube channel. If our board has no objections with the agenda, will our clerk please read the first item?
Yes, so the first one is for 1055 Lincoln Avenue and 1033 Lincoln Avenue, application number 23.02Z. Ryan Halder, on behalf of prospective developer Come and Go LC, is requesting a variance or interpretation to reduce the setback for a drive aisle and to modify a 2021 variance that allowed the manufactured housing community to operate on 7.03 acres. He is requesting a 0-foot setback from the existing property line where a 5 to 10-foot setback is required. He is also requesting a drive approach and aisle located at 1055 Lincoln be used exclusively for access to the property at 1033 Lincoln. This request further reduces the property available for use by the manufactured housing community. The Board of Appeals can approve this request if certain conditions are found to exist.
Thank you. And going with that, would our applicant please come forward, stating your name and address, please?
Jamie Antonovich, 12745 23 Mile, Shelby Township, Michigan, with Atwell, representing Come and Go.
And I'm Alex Safenfield, 1459 Grand Avenue, Des Moines, Iowa, Real Estate Development Manager with Come and Go. I'm just going to let Jamie present. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
Great. Well, then please go ahead and present, and then we'll probably have some questions as well.
Yep, so I think we touched on
Just say one thing. Thank you for your patience from last month as well.
Oh, sure.
I wanted to make sure that got in there as well.
Yep.
That we did, wanted to make sure we got some things taken care of first. Thank you.
So the request is ultimately to provide access to 1033, which is zone commercial. Separate from our proposed use, the location being requested is the preferred location for any commercial development at that parcel based on, I guess, standard traffic engineering practices and feedback from the city and Michigan Department of Transportation. So based on trying to untangle a couple parcels we have here, that was recommended to seek approval of a variance for the driveway setback to allow the commercial access, or I should say, to allow zero access through that parcel, and then work out any other zoning issues that may be required to address that. In addition to traffic safety, there are restrictions on the parcel based on that prevent access to US 31 that I believe are MDOT related, and there's also based on the angle of US 31, there's kind of a reduced distance from available access to 231. So additional spacing for safety and for ease of use for whatever user may be using that commercial parcel.
Super, thank you. Any comments from the board?
Does anybody want to ask about the
Questions or comments?
size?
Pardon me?
Does anybody want to ask about the size of that chunk that would be taken out?
Okay, we were gonna take how much are you reducing the is it 703? Yep. 703.
So the reduction is based on an existing easement between both the parcels. It's approximately 0.19 acres. I should note that area is not currently really accessible by 1055. It retains kind of the appearance of the former connection to 1033. It's separated by landscaping. It doesn't provide, really anything currently to 1055.
Great, thank you. Any other concerns from the board? Questions?
Yeah, I
John?
have a question. I think in study session, I think we kind of reviewed the facts and the connection between these two lots. And it got a little more more procedures need to take place. And if I'm correct, I think we, in study, thought that we might be breaking this down into two approvals, two variances. And heed to my fellow board members, but my understanding was that we probably need to look at the 1055 lot first, discuss the size of that lot, the reduction of that lot, and look at that from a variance standpoint, and then only then, depending on the outcome of that, then I believe we talked about going to discuss a variance regarding 1033, and that's what I understood.
Is it just to accept the reduction of 1033? 1055, excuse me.
Correct, yes. So we got to look at it and see if we approve the trailer park, mobile home park, whatever you want to call it, and can it still operate at less than 7.03 when you take the 1.9 out of it for this
And
future use access to
will that
1033.
require a vote, fact and finding and votes on that? So,
I guess I have to make a motion, don't I? Or do we?
Well, why don't you finish up with the applicant first? If
Okay.
the board has any more questions, I think we can answer all the questions, do one public hearing for the whole project.
Okay,
And then two separate motions and
Okay.
two separate findings of fact.
okay.
great. Anybody else have any questions for the applicant? Vince?
I have a question. I just want to make sure I heard the reduction in acres. I heard 0.19, is that what I heard?
Yep,
Okay.
approximately 0.19.
Okay.
So, yeah, to be
Down to
guess,
6, 8.
cross-referenced with the description within the easement.
It would be burdened exclusively by an easement that would take away 0.19 acres, even though they still own that 0.19 acres, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Super. Anyone else for the applicant? Great, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And we'd like to open a public hearing, and seeing that there's nobody here to speak in favor or against, I guess we're done with the public hearing, and we can close that at this point. Thank you.
You announce it, just the door is open in case someone's in the hallway. I would say, I recommend that you announce public hearing is open.
We're going to announce that the public hearing is open. If anybody would like to speak in favor or against the application, please come forward. Seeing none, I guess we can close it at this point. And I guess comes back to questions from the board. Does anybody have any questions about the application that we still need to further discuss?
Tricia, I think this question's for you, just to verify we've had no correspondence from anyone for or against either.
That's correct. No
Okay.
one has contacted our office regarding the public notice.
Thank you.
So any other deliberations from the board? Then I would guess we're gonna go to the, looking for a motion to, for this application.
If there's no further questions, I'll make a motion to approve the reduction in use of 1055 Lincoln.
Support.
Okay, we have a motion with support. Brad?
Yeah, and findings of fact. First question we have to answer: are the unique circumstances or physical conditions with the property, such as narrowness, shallowness, shape, water, topography, other. We do believe it's unique in that, one, the curb cut has long been in existence, and that the master plan for the city of Holland does have this zoned as CMU, just as 1033 is zoned CMU. Additionally, this is the preferred curb cut in regards to traffic and safety reasons. Did the current property owner do something that created the need for this variance? No, we do not believe that's the case. Will strict compliance, will reducing the size of the usable size of the parcel prevent it from being used as a mobile home park? No, they're already not using this section, and it is landscaped off, and the drive is not used. And we do believe that this is the minimum variance that will allow it to still be used as a mobile home park. The green shaded area on the overall site layout dated 11/7/22 is roughly a size of 0.19 acres that will now be used by 1033. And we do not think that the requested variance will cause a negative impact on the neighbors occupying 1055 Lincoln.
I have a question, Brad. Is this appropriate time to add the condition about having this piece of property zoned similar to 1033? Is that where this would be applied, on this lot at this time? Looks like we're getting a head shake over there, so I think
We looked
maybe
at-
you want to add that, Brad?
Yeah,
We looked at the future land use map, which shows that it matches the zoning, but today, that 0.19 acres is zoned mobile home park. So the applicant would need to file an application with the planning commission to officially rezone it.
okay, so procedurally, can I just add in that condition, or do I have to re-motion?
I think you
Maybe
can
there's-
add it in as long as the person who seconded your motion agrees with.
I agree, brother, because I brought it up.
All right. Then we are adding the condition that the applicant does have to apply for and get this property rezoned CMU as the rest of 1033 Lincoln.
Sounds good. I think those apply to the next one.
Okay.
I heard you did state the 0.19 acres approximately, correct? I think I did hear that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Then, I wanted to make sure we have the amount of acreage, usable acreage that's stated, so it's clear in the minutes, so we'll know in the future how big the mobile home park can be.
Right.
I
For
think
use.
you could also add the caveat per the drawings dated XYZ, because I think he was doing a calc there, and I don't know how his geometry is.
I referenced that.
All right.
Yep.
So per the drawings, those will control approximately 0.19.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, so we have the facts and findings. We have a motion and support, and all the facts and findings. And Mallory, could we have a roll call, please?
Yes, so the motion is to approve for 1055 Lincoln. Fusak,
Yes.
Bedard,
Yes.
Shay,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Barr.
Yes.
Motion to approve passes.
Great. Now on to 1033. 1033. And do we have a motion for the variance for the setback for 1033.
I make a motion to approve.
Second?
All right, findings of fact, the circumstances and physical conditions, it is an odd-shaped lot. It is up against 31, and I believe part of the requirement is through the approval process of the zoning and the lot line change that there is unique circumstances there. The current property create the issue? No, it was again created by this master plan and zoning, and so I don't believe they're responsible for that. Strict compliance with the setback, I believe it would prevent them from using that piece of property in the future if they didn't get that variance. It was created because of the zoning. Two, it's a safety factor. MDOT traffic studies, et cetera, say that it would be better to be down at this curb cut to the south. Is the zero setback variance minimum necessary? I said yes. It doesn't matter who's developing the lot. In fact, it's gonna have to be pushed down there, or best practices, safety-wise, traffic-wise, et cetera, dictate that. Do you think it'll be negative and impact the neighbors? I say no, I don't believe it is. In addition, conditions any future development of the site at 1033 Lincoln Avenue, in addition to the proposed gas station, must be with a low traffic use such as storage units. Also, the existing 10-foot wide sidewalk multi-use path located across the entrance shall be maintained as currently constructed. Any changes must be approved by the Department of Transportation. A permit shall be obtained from MDOT and the City of Holland, both CNS and Transportation Department, prior to reconstructing the driveway approach or adding pavement to 1055 Lincoln Avenue. And finally, the existing landscape buffer between 1033 Lincoln and 1055 Lincoln shall be maintained as currently installed and as required by the easement agreement.
Was there an additional condition that it would also be approved for rezoning of CMU with this motion?
It's not on that property. If it needs to be, I will happily do that, but I don't believe it.
Yeah, I think this property now is entirely
Okay.
CMU, right? So, good to go.
Yep, that's all I got.
Could I clarify real quick, was that low traffic use on the excess parcel or excess property?
1033.
Yep, just want to understand how it's just
Yep.
not for the
Backside. Right.
That was my intent. That's what I meant to say anyway.
Great. So we have a motion and a second, and we have the facts and findings that we need. Then I would ask for a roll call vote, please.
All right, so the motion is to approve for 1033 Lincoln Avenue. Bedard,
Yes.
Shea,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Fusak,
Yes.
Barr.
Yes.
All right, motion to approve passes.
Great, outstanding. Thank you for all the hard work on this from staff and the board members as well. A few housekeeping details. We need approval of our regular minutes from March 23rd. Any questions about that? Seek a motion to approve the minutes from March 23rd.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
Can we have a voice vote on the minutes, please? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Our next meeting is Thursday, May 25th. And I believe that covers everything on the agenda. One last motion to dismiss. Second? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're done for the night. Thank you very much.